The fight to save America's classrooms from radical indoctrination and gender ideology is really just beginning. But this week in Congress, they're making great progress with the Say No to Indoctrination Act. I've got all the details for you in today's video. Hey everybody, I'm Julie Barrett, founder of Conservative Ladies of America, and I am back with another bill of the day. Today we are going to Washington, D.C., to the House of Representatives for H.R. 2617, also known as the Say No to Indoctrination Act. This bill was dropped by Congressman Burgess Owens from the state of Utah on April 3rd, so just last week. It had a hearing yesterday in the House Education Committee and was passed out of committee. This is excellent news. This bill was just dropped a few days ago, and it is already advancing through the process. This bill seeks to codify into law the directive that was signed in Trump's executive order, the Ending Radical Indoctrination in K12 Schooling, which was signed on January 29th of this year. We love all of these excellent executive orders that have been coming out of the Oval Office. However, an executive order must be legislated in order for these actions by the president to become actually law. So they need to be legislated. So we are really excited to see the Say No to Indoctrination Act being proposed and actually already moving through the legislative process. So what's in this bill? Let's take a look. The bill is actually pretty short. It tweaks an existing law to add a new rule that says no funds can go towards teaching concepts that are tied to gender ideology. The bill points to the executive order 14168 that was signed on January 29th by President Trump. The order is relating to defending women from gender ideology extremism and restoring biological truth to the federal government. It's kind of mind-blowing that here we are in 2025 and we're actually having to legislate the fact that there are only two genders and that we shouldn't be teaching children in our K-12 classrooms about all of this gender madness, all of this gender ideology. So what this bill does is it basically accomplishes four things. Number one, there are only two sexes, male and female. Number two, sex is a biological classification and not subject to gender identity ideologies. Number three, a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl. Number four, gender ideology is disconnected from biological reality. Now, one of the things that I wanted to point out to you as we're talking about this specific bill is the amount of children, people, young adults coming out of our education system that identify with something on the LGBTQ spectrum. This is from a 2024 Gallup survey where U.S. adults self-identifying as LGBTQ plus by generation. So as you can see here, Gen Z is everybody that was born between 97 and 2006 is a shocking 23.1%, whereas Gen X, which is my generation, is only 5.1%. I think that it's pretty safe to say that what is going on in the education system is having a dramatic impact on the way that people are identifying. Now, this only took into account people who were born as late as 2006. So those would be 18, 19-year-olds. So we've got another generation of students who are currently in our K-12 system that are identifying on the LGBTQIA spectrum as a number of different identities. We even have kids in school identifying as furries, where they're like cats and dogs. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, this bill has passed out of the Education Committee, and I wanted to share with you the video clip from Congressman Burgess Owens from the committee hearing on April 9th about this bill.
President Trump is exactly right. Every school should be teaching students the truth about gender. Federal dollars should never fund woke activists who want to indoctrinate vulnerable children. With federal dollars comes responsibility. The taxpayer should never be funding the teaching that deny the biological reality that there are two sexes, male and female. H.R. 2617, the Say No to Indoctrination Act, is very simple. It effectively codifies the January 20th Trump executive order on gender as it pertains to K-12. The bill amends the Elementary and Secondary Educational Act to say that no funds under that law may be used to teach or advance radical gender ideology. The ANS simply makes a slight technical adjustment. Radical ideologues should never get taxpayer money to tell vulnerable children they are born in the wrong body. Neither should schools secretly helping students to transition behind the parents' back. This bill is a simple step to restore sanity and common sense to our educational system, and radical gender activists have no place in these schools, in our schools. Instead, vulnerable children should be protected, honored, and told the truth.
So this truly is common sense legislation. It is truth, reality, and what we should be funding in our K-12 system. We want our kids to be educated, not indoctrinated. So this bill goes a long way to codifying President Trump's executive order to end radical indoctrination in K-12 schools into federal law, making sure that schools that are doing this radical indoctrination are not receiving federal dollars for this kind of education. So I've got links below if you would like to reach out to your congressperson and ask them to support this bill. That is really what we need. We need all of our Republicans, and it would be great if some Democrats could agree with reality as well. We need them to vote yes to pass this bill out of the House, and then it would go over to the Senate side. We know that right now Republicans have control of both the House and the Senate, so it should be a no-brainer for this bill to be passed into law. And we know that President Trump will, of course, sign it. We hope that this is the start of legislating a number of President Trump's excellent executive orders that we have seen come out of the Oval Office. This is a great step in the right direction. And please do take the time to find your representatives, send them a quick email, tell them that you like this bill, tell them to vote for this, especially to our friends who are in blue states, especially our friends in Washington, which is where conservative ladies all began. You guys need a lot of help out there, and codifying this executive order into law, passing the Say No to Indoctrination Act would be huge for Washington state students and students all across our country. Please make sure you share this video so everybody knows about this bill and they can support it too. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel and make sure you've got those notifications turned on, as many of our videos are time sensitive and would have a call to action. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.